What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Cyber Healer channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the top 5 best maps in Rainbow Six Siege. Best maps doesn't mean necessarily maps that are in the ranked pool, but it does mean maps that are fun to play on and don't cause a lot of anger in your head when you're playing on them. So, Tower and obviously stuff like that won't be on this list, but other maps will. Before we get into this video, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to keep up to date with all these top 5s, top 10s, and tips I'm making out once a week. And if you want to pick up some cool gaming gear down below, links will be there. Alright, this list is in no particular order, and starting off our list, we're going to have Clubhouse. You can't really go wrong. If you pick Clubhouse, you're going to have a good time. It's pretty defender and attacker decided depending on where you spawn. Yes, it is a very spawn peak heavy map, but the attackers have enough cover to get to the site. It makes Clubhouse pretty balanced. There's plenty of sites, the site's laid out well, there's plenty of entries and exits. Very few operators are not viable on the map, so it makes for a very good time, good team comps, and you're not really going to be upset if you lose or win, because, well, you probably didn't have that bad of a game because you played on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is just good. Next up, we have House. You can't play House in Ranked, but when you're warming up in a quick match, you know it's going to be a pretty dang good time if you roll House for your map. So, you roll House, you and your friends are like, let's go, we rolled House. That's great. You rolled House, you've got a small map to really focus on your aim and all sorts of stuff like that. But you can't really go wrong with picking House because sites are great. There's plenty of room. Again, a lot of operators are viable and you're not really going to be missing out if you don't bring someone. You can be a very good attacker because, yes, there's spawn peaks, but the rework is really good in your favor. There's a lot of places to spawn. Sites are laid out pretty evenly. It's a very balanced map. You're not really going to have a hard time attacking House. House is a great defender site too because most of the sites are very put together in a sense, except for bedrooms, but that's still only across the hall. House is good. Can't really go wrong. Next up is going to be Border. Do not attempt to board the helicopter. Well, that's all you ever hear on that map, but it still makes for a great time. But very evenly laid out. Attackers have a peek to the enemy first, plus the enemy has a peek to the attackers. You're not really having any trouble there. It's very 50-50 on attack and defense, like most maps have been in this list, if you're noticing a theme here. You're not going to have a problem defending it. You can bring a lot of operators, less than normal, but you still can bring a lot. Mute, Mozzie, Bandit, Cade, all work very well on that map. It's pretty fun to play on, too. You're never really having a bad time. You're not angry, like if you'd roll, I don't know, Canal or something like that. So, you're also pretty happy while playing on it. You're not, it's Border. I hate playing on Border. A lot of newer players might not like Border, but as you grow throughout the game and you learn it more, you're not actually going to hate it as much as newer players are, and you'll actually learn to really like it. So, next up is my personal favorite map, and I might be a little bit biased, but it's Coastline. The map's amazing. Yes, it's a little old, but it's just so much fun to play on. Everyone I talk to is just like, yep, I love Coastline. Coastline's awesome. So, you can't really go wrong. I mean, you can bring a lot of ops, a lot of rotate holes. Roamers are very good on that map. I should know. You have so many options to defend that are viable, not just one or two sites. I think almost every site on that map is very viable to defend from. You're not ever making the wrong decision. It's so much fun to play on. It's visibly appealing, so you're not ever kind of I know it's kind of a nitpicky thing. I mean, it's not harsh on the eyes to look at. It's very vibrant with color and a very great job by the art team there. You can attack it very easily with spawning. Yes, it has one less spawns than normal, but you can't really get mad at that. The defending sites, like I said, were very good. Attackers can vary very much on how they want to push. Defenders can set up multiple different ways. It's wonderful. I love it. And then, I know people get tired of having this one, but it's Bank. Bank is pretty dang good, in my opinion. It's very balanced. It's super fun to play on. Easy to defend. Easy to attack. A lot of angles for any operator really to use. You don't have to use much utility to set up on the site, even though you can. It's very easy for new players to learn. You're not ever really having a bad time playing on it. Very 50-50 split. You're not ever really kind of in a hole on Bank because you know the next round you could come back and win with the same team comp you just lost with. Versus in other games or other maps, you're not really going to have that option because you're playing on another map that doesn't really favor attackers or defenders depending on what you're playing on. So you're really going to want to try to pick Bank, in my opinion, as much as possible. And with that, guys, that's all I have for today's video. And until next time, peace out.